Hey everybody, it's Ekdahl from Personal Best Personal Training. I'm a personal trainer and a strength and conditioning coach, but most importantly for us here today, I'm a Titleist Performance Institute golf fitness instructor. So I thought today I might actually spend a couple minutes talking about TPI, and the hallmark of TPI is the Golf Fitness Assessment. Now, TPI, the Titleist Performance Institute, is just the educational body that's sponsored by Titleist. But the most important thing for all of us, again, is that they help us to create the connection between our physical body and the biomechanics of the golf swing. And the hallmark of the TPI system is this assessment that allows us to look at how the body moves in specific golfy ways. And so today I want to show you two of the TPI golf fitness assessments that you can try on yourself to start your journey for your off-season golf training. It's mid-January. We've all pretty much healed our injuries or taken enough time off from golf that we're getting excited about the spring. And this is the perfect time to make that full commitment to your fitness, which will always enhance your golf game. There's no question that the fitter you are, the better potential you have to play golf. So when we talk about fitness, we're talking about potential, right? But what we know is that the less fit we are, the more our golf game will suffer. Now, my first recommendation for you guys is that you make sure that your mobility or flexibility is adequate for golf. And by mobility, that means how the joint moves. Is it fluid? Can it move in its largest range of motion? Flexibility denotes more the muscles themselves. What do we do to stretch the muscles? So you want to address both mobility and flexibility in the off season. Do it now, and then you'll add on various stages of strengthening, endurance, and then power and speed. So today I want to show you two assessments that I think is going to help you to understand your mobility, but also your coordination. So when we swing a golf club, the upper body and the hips often move separately. So what you get is a coil effect. And that coil effect is what creates power in the golf swing. If you don't have any separation from shoulder turn and hip turn, it's really hard to develop a lot of power. So think about your golf swing, okay? As you bring your arms up, your hips are not turning fully with it. It's not like we're doing that, right? We are bringing our arms up first and our hips follow. On the downswing, we're here, okay? The hips start and the arms follow. So I'm not a pro. I'm not trying to teach you how to swing a golf club, but we have to have that separation. So do we have it? Let's look at it. So you're going to take a club that's maybe like a 5-iron. You want to be a little erect here. And then once that's done and you're in what's called your golf posture, right? Here you are in your golf posture. We don't want to be like this. We don't want to be like this. We don't want to be like that. We just want to be in this nice hip hinge pattern. What you're going to do is cross your arms over your chest, and without moving your hips, turn your shoulders. Can you separate shoulder turn from hip turn? That's the first test. If you're here and your hips move with the shoulders and you can't separate shoulder turn from hip turn, that's a fail of that test, and that means either you're too tight to turn without pulling on your lower body, or your core isn't strong enough. And I can tell you a huge piece of this ability to create coil is all core strength and core stability. So even if you're not very flexible, having a strong core goes a long way. Okay, again, you would pretend you're in like a 5-iron setup. We're going to do the next test now. You're going to bring your arms back across your shoulders, and this time you're going to rotate your hips without moving your shoulders at all. So it looks like this. Now you can see my shoulders are moving a little bit, but I'm really working on doing this hip rotation drill. Femurs turning in and out, lower quarter coming with us. And that's going to be able to allow you to get your hips to the target and your arms following. Can you do that? A lot of times people can't do this because they're very tight through the hips. So it could be mobility. It could be flexibility. Or it could be a lack of core strength. And here's how you figure it out. You take a club. So if you can't do that, if you can't separate, push the club hard into the ground. Give yourself some core stability by pushing down. I'm engaging my abs. And then try and move your hips. Now what happens? If all of a sudden you can move your hips when before you couldn't, that's core strength and not mobility and flexibility that's holding you back. You still want to work on your mobility of your hips, right? And your flexibility. That's huge, huge for golf. But knowing what's holding you back from making that swing is very important. So this is how the TPI assessment works. Try those 2 tests out. Realize that if your hips aren't moving, you might have to anchor to be able to get that. And then if when you do that, you can actually move your hips, you're going to tell yourself, I need core strengthening, planks, Palloff pressing, bird dogs, bridges, anything that teaches us to keep our center of gravity still, our low back still, while we move our arms and our legs around it. So I hope that's helpful. In the next couple installments, I'm going to show you some more tests that you can try on yourself, and then you can work on it in your off season. So, all right, take care. Good to see you. And as always, if you have any personal questions or fitness questions, you can email me at Kathy@personalbestpersonaltraining.com. See you again soon.